So, Vlad pays me to be on. And
he's probably mad that you said that because then everybody else wants to get paid.
No, he pays people.
Everybody? He pays?
Yeah, but we all get different pay. So people have said, yo, the most popular guest that Vlad has on, Lord Jamar, Tony Yayo, Godfrey, Boozy, and Aries. I'm the only one left. Godfrey stopped because of the beef with Farrakhan, as did Lord Jamar. Tony Yayo just doesn't do it anymore. And Boozy wanted a raise. Come to find out, Boozy wanted $35,000 an episode.
Wow.
He was getting $25,000.
Wow.
I don't get nowhere near that. And, obviously it's based on the numbers because a lot of Boozy's clips are in the millions. Now, again, I've had a few clips in the millions, but a lot of my stuff, the full interview, probably ranges around $300,000 to $500,000. So I basically said to Vlad, I go, hey, listen, man, I'm not trying to rape you financially. I know I'm not going to ask you for what you gave Boozy. Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Break bread.
Break bread. And he goes, well, your numbers don't generate what Boozy generate. And so I showed him a bunch of, people that quotes and on YouTube and shit like that and on my phone. And one person said, hey, man, I only buy Vlad subscriptions when I know he's interviewing you. Once the interview's over, I cancel the subscription. Another guy said, hey, man, Aries is a beast. Pay him what you pay in the mother. And I said, listen, man, again, I'm just saying, be fair. People are saying to you they're buying subscriptions. People are saying to you they only watch when I'm on. And of all the guys you had that were popular, I'm the last one standing.
What do you have wanted?
That's beside the point. He asked him to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, a couple grand more.
Yeah.
And I said, he kept driving that point home. You just gonna let me, you want me to give you a raise based off what people are saying? I said, listen, man, you don't have to keep telling me about what my worth is. You either want to do it or you don't. So then he texted me back a couple hours later and said, we should talk. I re-looked at the numbers and we should talk.
What's going on there, guys? Back with another one. Got to talk about it on today, man. It's Aries Spears called out VladTV, and Vlad was on his platform earlier today, basically saying why he didn't feel like Aries was worth the raise that he wanted. We all know the controversy with Boosie putting his own interview out on Patreon, and a lot of people is leaving VladTV, and he's had conflict with different guests over the years for various reasons, right? But the latest thing has been pay. Now, Vlad broke down his numbers, talked about how much it generates, but Vlad monetizes every platform. He also licenses out his footage, and who knows what kind of documentaries and movies some of these people's clips have been in that maybe they're not aware of or whatever, but Vlad is definitely getting paid every time you see one of his clips on different social media platforms. And so that's what these guys are saying. We're generating the interest. Let's check out what Aries had to say, though.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Aries Spears here. Listen, man, I said I wasn't going to address this because I didn't feel like I really needed to. But I'm going to address it because the warrior-like spirit in me that's an Aries, because that's my zodiac, is fighting it. But I'm going to try to be a gentleman about it as much as I can. Apparently, Vlad decided to do an interview where he's taking shots at me and throwing me under the bus. And let me just say for the record, Vlad, you are a coward, a narcissist, and a hypocrite. Because I didn't even really watch the whole video, because what turned me off immediately was he started out by saying, "We not friends." You've said to me in my face on multiple occasions that we are friends. But now all of a sudden, because I asked you for a bump in pay and that pissed you off, we're not friends? So which is it? Tell the truth. And let me give y'all a little bit of backstory. So basically, I called Vlad and said, look, I feel like I want a little bit of bump in pay because I know my value. You once had Lord Jamar, Godfrey, Tony Yayo, Boozy, and me, all of which many times people said were your best guests. Who's the only one left? Me. Godfrey left, Jamar left, Yayo left, and Boozy left. I'm the last one standing. And when people go, yo, I watched the show because of you. Yo, I subscribe to his channel. The moment your interview's over, I unsubscribe. There's value in that. So you're mad at me because I'm recognizing my worth? And I told you I wanted to be fair. I wasn't even saying pay me what you pay Boozy, because I get it. From a numbers business standpoint, I get it. I'm just asking you to be a little bit fair. And now here's the thing. Again, you're a liar, you're a coward, and you're a hypocrite. Because what you do is you want to be seen so badly, instead of just doing what you do best, which is stay behind the camera. 2 times you asked to come to my shows. One, I forget where it was in LA. I think it was Oxnard or Brea or whatever. And then the other one at the Nova Theater. Both times I gave you free tickets. And you said to me both times, yo, shout me out, shout me out. Why is that? Because it's so important for you to have the attention on yourself. And I didn't shout you out because I knew that. That was my moment. That was my time. When I'm on your show, it's both our times. So there's that. Then here's the other thing. You went and talked shit about my podcast partner, Andy Steinberg, who you befriended. Both times you came to my show. Now all of a sudden, you talking shit about him? Make that make sense. And let's get another thing straight. 9 times out of 10, when you want to boost your numbers, who do you always go to? The black community. So whether you are using us to help your platform, and I'll be real, we help each other. And I've said that. I've never disrespected you. I've never talked crazy about you. I just simply said I want my worth. But you use the black community when you need us, and you play the black card when you in some black dussy. And when I say dussy, I don't mean the word dussy. I mean a word that starts with P that rhymes with dussy. Because that's who you are, gadget. And when I say gadget, I'm not talking about the word gadget. I'm talking about a word that starts with F that rhymes with gadget. You understand what I'm saying? You gadget dussy? And I'll do you one better. I'll come on your show one more time for free. You ain't got to pay me shit. And we could talk about it right then and there so we could get the truth. Because there's 3 sides to the truth. Your story, my story, and the truth. So don't be a coward. Bring me back and let's go through it. And I'll take a page out of Cannabis's book, Second Round Knockout against LL. We could get it live in front of the cameras on your own sitcom. I'll let you kick a verse. Fuck it, I'll let you kick them all. I'll even wait for the studio audience to applaud. Now watch me rip the tat from your arm. Stick you for your Vanguard award in front of your mother first, second, and third born. Have me get on the horn, call Minister Farrakhan, so he could persuade me to squash it. I say, now fuck that. He started it. He forgot what a hardcore artist is. You want to talk shit about me? The one of the best shit talkers in the game? Bring your ass, nigga. Bring your ass. Have me on. Don't be a coward, dussy. Don't be a coward, gadget. Let's get it on. Because you Russian, I'll do like Drago. If he dies, he dies.
Very, very interesting take there by Aries. Now, what you don't want to do is go on there and give him his most viral clip that he's ever had of you, and he can license it out and everything. You might want to just, say what you got to say on your social media platform on your podcast instead of giving him that footage. If you feel some type of way and this whole thing is about money, because you might go give him your most viral interview yet, because it's going to be tension in the air if he were to do that. But I don't know if Vlad's going to do that. I don't know if he's cut him off. We did see Lord Jamar go back, and a lot of people were talking about how he sold out, and he pretty much showed his hand that he needed the money. He was saying that, he wanted to make up with an old friend and all that, but it sounded like, the Godcast wasn't doing what he thought it could do, and that, he came crawling back for that good old pay that Vlad was giving him. And, when you start disclosing dollar amounts, I seen even Say Cheese TV. I mean, I know he still do interviews, but he does have his own channel where he talks about different topics, because they're saying, going live doing a long form video with several ads in it is going to make more money than trying to interview the guests. The guests are wanting more and more, and it's basically like a bidding war on these platforms to get certain people. And I'm telling you, man, if you're just interviewing a group of different people and their numbers aren't justifying it, um, it's no need to continue to interview people because now you got up and coming people having a fee now. Whenever the media was supposed to be about platforming you back in the day, and I do understand some command a dollar amount, but I'm talking about up and coming people who don't have a fan base is asking for a few grand, and they not understanding they may not generate the revenue where somebody can turn a profit. So um, I mean I can kind of understand it, but a platform like Vlad, uh, if he really really wanted to negotiate something with those guys, it probably should be in the vein of whatever the interview does. We look at the numbers, as it's going. We come back each month and look at the numbers and what's generated because you can see how much money each video has generated in a certain time frame and do your percentage like that. If you really, really want to talk with them. Now, and that means sometimes they may get less, sometimes they may get more, but um, at least you're trying to work with him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he did, but that's what I would say because you can see on the back end when you start paying guests, there's no way around showing your back end um, and what it's showing. Because these guys are wanting to be compensated and compensated fairly. People are going to want their percentage out of the amount of views you're getting. If the video dies off a cliff, okay, whatever, eventually. But why it's still going up when it gets a resurgence, when something happens in the news and you get that extra spike, are you sharing that money with them? So that's what I got to say about it, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.